Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well and are staying safe. So for tonight's video, I wanted to try something that has really played a part in my life, especially the last couple months, and that has been mindfulness and meditation. I generally use an app to help unwind and de-stress before going to bed, and I have found that it is very helpful for me. So I wanted to try a brief relaxation meditation session tonight. As a quick disclaimer, I am not licensed to do any therapy, lead meditation. I'm not a yoga instructor. I'm just using kind of techniques that I've noticed when I meditate and trying to recreate it as an amateur. So do not take anything I do too seriously. And with that being said, let's get ready to unwind and de-stress. So before we get started, make sure you are wearing something comfortable. You are seated in a comfortable, safe space, and you are free from distractions, lights, noise, things that'll make you really focus and feel at ease right now. Alright, so getting ready here. We're just going to take some introductory breaths. We're going to go in for 4 counts. We're going to hold for about 4 to 5 counts. And then release for about 6. The numbers tend to vary depending on who you ask, but I like to do about 4, 5, 6. So inhale, hold for 5, and exhale. So let's ground ourselves by putting our hands on the floor, on your lap, somewhere where you can feel some structure. And we're just going to spend some time doing some breathing, alright? So, I'm going to close my eyes. You are welcome to do whatever is most comfortable for you. Alright, so we're going to go in, hold, and release. We're going to go in. We're going to hold for 5 and release. In, hold for 5 and release. And just take a few moments to continue the breathing. Focus on the breath coming in and the breath coming out. Try not to forget, or rather try not to think about anything that might be troubling you or stressing you out from the day or looking forward into the future. Simply breathe, hold, release, and focus your brain on the pattern of your breath. And as you continue breathing, you may notice that you are feeling more sunk into the ground, or you are grounding more as you focus on the breath. It is crazy what your brain tends to block out or not pay attention to when you focus your energy on one task. It can completely consume what you're doing and take away all your thoughts that aren't relevant or important. Keep breathing as we continue forward with some anti-stress techniques that I find to be very helpful. You don't have to focus as much on the counting, but maintain the breath and continue to be aware of your breathing as you sit here. Try to keep your hands and feet as still and quiet as you can. If you're focusing on your breathing or my voice, it shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully, to let your body just stay still and not move. So one of the things that I like to do when I'm trying to de-stress and I'm using my mental awareness and meditation is I like to visualize a bunch of boxes in front of me. And these boxes can be any size, shape, color, texture that you want. I personally like to envision little white straw wicker baskets for myself, but everyone is different in their own minds, and it is up to you to determine what baskets you want in front of you. Whatever pops into your head should suffice. And now what I want you to do is to take a moment and visualize any stress that you may have in your life at the moment. It can be health, financial burden, a strain in a relationship, something at work, or something completely different. Whatever you're facing right now in life that may be troubling you, just briefly envision it. don't want to dwell too much on what's stressing us, but briefly visualizing it can be helpful for this exercise. And what I want you to do now is I want you to take the stress that you're visualizing in front of you, and I want you to put the stress in a box. The boxes that we had envisioned before. So just to share briefly, to give you an idea, I am currently having a lot of stress in my life due to some exams I have coming up. And it can make it hard to enjoy the day, enjoy life, and really take time away from studying and exam prep. So for me, I'm putting all my test prep, all my notes, all my exams, my lectures, I'm putting it right now into a box. And I'm making sure that my box has a lid. And I'm putting a lid on my box of stress, and I'm putting it somewhere far away. For you, it could be maybe under your bed if you visualize shoving into the corner of your closet, or throwing it in the trash, or simply sending it into a black abyss. Just somewhere out of your current mindset and presence where you don't have to think about it for the time being. And while you continue to maintain your breath, keep itemizing, breaking up your stress, and putting them into as many boxes as you may need. This visualization exercise may take different lengths and times depending on how much stress you're currently dealing with in your life. Someone may have one box shoved under their bed, where another might have a whole warehouse full of boxes stacked. Either way, there's no judgment, as everyone is dealing with different things in life and different levels of stress. So, whatever stress you may have, whether how big or small, make sure to put it in a box and store it away for right now. What we're going to do next, that I also enjoy when I am trying to deal with stress and manage it, is we're going to do a visualization exercise. And what this does is it allows you to visualize a happy, stress-free time in your mind. We have eliminated the stress, hopefully from your brain at the time being. And now we wish to fill it with happy, non-stressful events, people, things, a memory. It truly can be whatever you wish. So, if you've done any shifting, I know I am going to stretch briefly before we move into the next exercise. But again, take the time to ground and center yourself. Try to focus if you can. I oftentimes struggle with staying still and focused, but if you don't need to adjust, stay where you are, maintain your breath, and come back to my voice. So what we're going to do now is, as I stated, we're going to visualize a happy time in your life. A time that is not full of stress, that is carefree and happy. As I stated, it can be a person in your life, family member, a friend, an acquaintance, coworker, teacher, or it can be an item that gives you security and safety. Could be a pet, could be a place, or it could even be a memory that gives you happiness, joy, and again, frees you from that stress. So we're going to take a minute or two here, practicing our breathing. In, hold, and release. And I just want you to envision that time in your life, or that person, or that thing, and just let the happiness associated with it take over your mind. now we're going to let that memory float away. Just for now, as we come back. You can watch it float off gently, like a cloud, just drifting away until you need the memory again. And we're going to make sure to go back to our breathing before we come back. Just focus on your breath. And as you breathe, start to bring your body back as well. Start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe tilt your head back and forth. Do some shoulder rolls. Maybe pet a dog if there's one nearby. And just slowly bring yourself back. And as you sit here for a moment, take a moment to think about how grateful you should be for a new day. And as we breathe in the air that keeps our lungs filled and us living life to the fullest, can start to open our eyes and come back.